Three strikes and still beating. I am AK Tyagaraj. And no, this isn't a podcast about baseball. It's about my heart, which decided to strike out three times: a heart attack, a cardiac arrest, and an open heart valve replacement surgery. No medals, no podiums, just a drawer full of pills, and the creeping suspicion my heart made a deal with the Grim Reaper without consulting me. They should name this condition Tyagaraja's trifecta. Getting hit with three cardiac events, refusing to die, but still struggling to survive. Maybe, just maybe, they'll add it to the medical literature one day. Then I'll finally make it into a textbook, not for discovering a cure or saving lives, just for being absurdly unlucky. And somewhere, a bunch of med students will be cursing my name while memorizing it for their board exams. Before we dive into the story, I wanted to give you a fair warning. This isn't a podcast meant to inspire or motivate anyone about overcoming medical setbacks. It's just me trying to make sense of what happened, one episode at a time. Because the damage wasn't just physical. A heart attack, a cardiac arrest, and an open heart valve replacement just don't stay in the hospital. They spill into everything: my mind, my family, my faith, my career, my friendships. Nothing came out untouched. This story is raw and messy, sometimes dark, sometimes funny, just like life. Maybe you have been through something like this. Maybe your version looks different. But if you have ever had life throw a curveball so hard it knocked you to the ground, you will get parts of this. And those saxophone riffs you hear, that's me. I play. I'll tell you more about that later. Now that the disclaimers are out of the way, this is where the real story begins. July 2018, the morning of strike one. My two daughters were on summer break. We had a short family vacation planned. 1 weekend away. Just the four of us. Something to look forward to. The only thing standing between me and that sweet escape? A work offsite meeting. A well-deserved vacation, in my opinion. I'm sure my manager might have disagreed. The offsite was in San Francisco. My manager had flown in from Boston, and also my teammates from around the country. Since I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, I commuted. That morning, I parked at the BART station. Running late, of course. Slung my laptop bag over my shoulder and jogged to catch the train. Halfway through that sprint, I felt a sharp pain on the left side of my chest. But I blamed the bag. I thought I should join CrossFit. Those people carry tires and run marathons, so a laptop bag should be a breeze, right? I made it to the offsite and powered through the day. Sitting in brainstorming sessions, just standing around, nodding at people, making small talk. In one session, I tried to say something smart about strategy and growth, but I think I blacked out halfway through the sentence. After the day-long meetings, that evening we went to a seafood place for dinner. We ordered a lot of food. Some shellfish was in the mix. I don't eat shellfish, but there was cross contamination. And wine, because what's a work dinner without wine? A little laughter, a lot of noise, and me pretending I wasn't feeling off. By the time I got home, it was late. I showered and went to bed. I had to be up early for day two of the offsite. Around 1 or 2 a.m., I woke up nauseous. I'd had acid reflux for years, so I figured it was heartburn. Popped a Zantac. Didn't want to wake my wife, so I came downstairs and lay on the couch. And then, for reasons only my sleep deprived brain understands, I was craving Coke. So I chugged 2 cans of Coke. Why? Who knows? My body said, I feel like garbage. Let's try sugar and carbonation. Not bourbon, mind you, but Coke. That should have been a flashing red light. For 2 hours, I lay there. In between, I tried to throw up. I couldn't. Chest was tight. Something was wrong. At some point, my wife came down to check on me. I shooed her away, told her it was fine, just indigestion. Around 4 or 5 a.m., I accepted I wasn't going to make it to day two. Texted my manager, not coming in. Then around 6, my inner WebMD kicked in. Aha! Probably a shellfish reaction. So I popped a couple of Benadryls. Problem solved. Sure. My chest felt like it was being crushed by a boulder. Clearly a mild seafood allergy. Doctor of the year. I crawled back upstairs, lay next to my wife, and actually managed a couple of hours of sleep. Woke up around 8. Not a morning person, but that day, I couldn't stay in bed. I got up, brushed my teeth, maybe ate something, then did what I rarely do. Decided to work. Checked a few emails, called one of the colleagues I work with, just trying to distract myself. By lunchtime, I came downstairs. My daughters were at the kitchen table. The older about to start 10th grade, the younger 7th. Teen and tween energy in full blast, chatting, laughing, asking what's for lunch. I smiled, I chatted, even though my chest was tight. Stomach off, something wrong. But I was upright, still moving, still dad. My wife yelled at me for something. Either I yelled back or ignored her, like my therapist told me. Progress, right? Actually, no. I think I yelled at the kids, just passing along the good stuff. Still, no one knew. How could they? I didn't even know. Around 2 p.m., that gnawing feeling wouldn't let go. I thought about my family history, my mom, her siblings with their heart attacks and bypass surgeries. My brain kept whispering, "You are being paranoid. You are too young. Just 49. Not even 50 years old." Then I remembered, maybe 12 years earlier, after my mom's heart attack, my doctor looked me in the eye and said, "If you want to see your daughters go to college, you need to do something about your cholesterol and triglycerides." That stuck with me, not in a warm, life changing way, More like, fine, I'll take the damn Lipitor. And I did. Started eating better, exercising, numbers dropped, Lipitor worked. So, of course, I stopped taking it because I'd won, cured, done. Then came the skipped workouts, the late night burgers, the excuses, the slow drift until the July afternoon when the bill came due. Fucking great. I wasn't expecting beachfront property to be passed down from my mom. Instead, I inherited generous cardiovascular traits: high cholesterol, blockages, heart attacks, bypasses. The family heirloom no one wants in the will. My mom didn't ask for it either. Same deck, same hand. She got it before I did. She grew up in a small village in South India. Home cooked meals, no fast food, didn't drink, didn't smoke, meat was a luxury, processed anything barely existed. She did everything right, and still, heart disease. Some blueprints just come with cracks. It wasn't her fault, and it's not mine either. But we both have to carry it. That's the episode. If this episode landed with you, keep going. It's a limited 22 episode series. The whole story is shorter than a baseball game, and every strike is different, with the moments between them just as intriguing. Beaten by life, still beating. See you next time.